All right, looks like I'm live. I'm gonna do a sound check, make sure everything is good. What's going on, guys? See if anybody's gonna join us here. And I don't know, it doesn't look like I'm live. Try again. All right, looks like I'm live. There we go. All right. So, you see the title. All right, you see the title. So, I want to address this, man. Here's the thing, man. I finally got a Canelo fan to come on here and defend Canelo the way that they've been doing in the comments. Say, all right, no, Paul, you want to try to come on through the internet first and see if that'll work, or you just want to call me? Let me know, man. If you want to try it through here first, I'll put the link in the chat for you. Let me know, man. It'd probably be better if you have a laptop or a desktop, something like that. Because I know what I had to do this before on the phone. It is a little choppy. The audio is. So let me know, bro. Make sure you guys smash the like button for me. But yeah, I'm glad I finally got a Canelo fan. All right, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for you, no, Paul. I'm glad I finally got a Canelo fan here to come on and speak with me. Because man, I'm telling you, man, I've been on here since 2010, and I've been called a hater, a lot of things. Oh, looks like no Paul's calling me instead. Hold on, guys. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. GFunk, it didn't cut the light off, did it? The phone call?
No.
Okay, cool. That's because you're on your desktop, huh?
Well, I'm on my laptop right now, man.
Okay.
Let me see it. Let me
do it
see.
like this because I don't have I have a computer, but I got to get somebody to work on it, so I might end up having to buy a laptop or something,
Right. Hey, AJ10, Vendog, let us know if you can hear No Paul clear. If not, then I'll unplug my headphones and we'll try it that way. But let me know if you guys can hear No Paul clear. Hopefully everything goes good here, man.
Yeah, I hope it goes smooth, huh?
Yeah. I haven't got nothing yet. Let me check the chat.
So they can't hear me?
I don't know. I'm waiting on someone to say if the audio is good or not. Okay, AJ10 says your audio is good. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll start. So last night we were on the D Style Boxing Live. We had No Paul join us at the end. Talked a little bit about this dilemma here with Canelo and him not getting a dance partner. Now, I think we've covered that pretty well. So let's address some of the things now. Now, you said that we hate on Canelo, so let us know why it is you think that from your perspective.
Well, it's very seldom do I hear you guys say anything positive. And when you look at that career, there's really, without being biased or anything, I mean, there's in my opinion, there's more positive than negative, in that career. And really, all I always hear is something negative, and it always has to be his fault about everything, even when it's not. So these guys, they want a bigger purse. I mean, they basically, what they want is a insurance policy in case their career ends, after they lose. Basically, they want enough money to cover, like a retirement check, which is understandable. It's cool and everything, but in every case that I hear, it automatically has to be Canelo's fault.
Okay, so give us an example of that, because I heard you just say right now that these guys want an insurance policy, basically. So you're telling me that if Canelo beats a guy, that his career is over, then pretty much.
Well, the buzz that right now they're benefiting from, which I did mention yesterday, is basically because they still have their own, you know, that buzz and that that thing that they're using as leverage to to even get a fight. It ends after that, and then after that, if they want to continue in the game, it's gonna be a slow process to either get better, or you know what I mean, or to knock some people out. But I mean, let's face it, most of these guys, they're already about 30 years old, and they haven't built much of a career, you know. And I'm not saying that it's their fault, but there's things that people can sacrifice people can make to make their career go a little better. As far as Andre, I think he's had some bad luck. To be honest, I don't want to pick on Andre because he is a tremendous fighter and everything, and he's kind of like Rigo. Nobody wants to fight him, but everybody else, bro, I really don't have too much sympathy for them, and I don't need to have sympathy for them because they got fan bases that'll they'll make excuses for everything they do, basically. So I don't need to have any sympathy. I'm over here looking out for, kind of just one of the few people that defends a little thing here and there about Canelo. One of the very few. And, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you guys can say I'm a fan or whatever, but, hey, it looks like he has more detractors than everything. So I think there's nothing wrong with that, Yes, he gets paid good money, but, that doesn't mean that, the stuff that people make up is not a lie and, or it's far-fetched or whatever.
Okay, so I want to say a few things here. Here's the thing, man. I am critical of everyone, not just Canelo. I feel like I've been pretty consistent since I've been here on YouTube. Now, it just happened to be that as soon as I started my channel was right around the time that Canelo started to become this superstar that he is now. He was right in the beginning stages of it. And but the thing is this, man. Go back and watch some of my videos. When I make prediction, I made a prediction video on just about every single one of his fights, except for a few when I took a break. And when I talk about what this guy does in the ring, there's literally nothing bad that I say about Canelo. I mean, I critique everyone's style, things that I think that they can improve on, but when it comes to in the ring, I think he's a good fighter, man. And that's the thing that's frustrating for me is that the kid can fight, I don't think he needs to do all this diva type stuff that he does. And I mean, we have to agree he does do diva type things. Now I know you said last night that it's nothing new, catch weights and all this type of stuff, but the problem I have with that is the guys now I'm not saying you, but in the past I've had a lot of Canelo fans come to my channel, and believe me, there's been hundreds of them that come to my channel in the past. And they've criticized guys like Mayweather, especially him, for doing catch weights when he's from my recollection, he's only had 2 catch weights in his career, one against Canelo and one against Juan Manuel Marquez. And if you go back and look at my video, when I did a prediction video on the fight with Mayweather and Canelo, I said I didn't like the catch weight because I'm never in favor of catch weights.
Yeah.
So it's not just Canelo. I'm very consistent with a lot of things that I say here, man. So I mean, if me criticizing him on certain things like that makes me a hater, I mean, I think if I was a hater, I would come out here and just be like, yeah, you know what, Canelo's not good. He's just he's terrible. He's not a good fighter, and he's trash, straight up. Like I don't think I say that, but I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't understand why if there's any kind of criticism of him, you're being called a hater or something like that. Like, but the fact is, the facts are the facts, man. Like. He's catch weighted guys when he really doesn't have to. He's put rehydration clauses on guys. He is not giving guys time to train. I mean, this is all factual stuff, man, and these are things that need to be addressed. I feel, Do you feel the same?
That they need to be addressed? Yeah, we can go at them one by one. I mean, I know that a big thing that you mentioned is not enough time to train. So that was that one fight with Kovalev, right? And then the potential fight with Caleb Plant, right? That you're kind of alluding to, right? You're kind of talking about those two situations, right?
Well, those are two situations, but before I came out, I was trying to find this video I seen on Twitter, where Virgil Hunter said that after the Khan fight, he said that when Canelo fought Angulo again at 155, another catch weight, that he didn't give Angulo enough time to train. It was basically like a fat camp. He just had to lose the weight to make the weight. Didn't really get a chance to train for the fight itself. Now, again, Canelo looked spectacular. He got the TKO, but Angulo never went down. I never really seen him hurt in that fight, although he was getting beat every single round, clearly. But I think that if he had given him some time, might have been a little bit of a better fight. I'm not saying Angulo would have beat him, but I think it would have been a little bit of a better fight. So Plant is not the only guy to have said that, or this Kovalev thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Maybe he did catch Angulo, because I remember Angulo had some trouble where he had falsely gotten deported to Mexico or something like that. Because I used to be a huge, I still am a pretty big fan of Angulo and Kirkland. You know what I'm saying? Those were two fighters that I used to love the way they fought, and I didn't really appreciate the way Angulo's career ended up with that Lundy lost freak accident that happened, and then him going to jail and all that for some BS, basically. And so like I said, I used to be a very big Angulo fan, and I actually kind of I remember I wanting him because I didn't at first I didn't really think too much of Canelo. You know what I mean? I wasn't always a Canelo fan. I actually used to kind of like the white Triple G fights and other stuff. But that was kind of like through my casual phase boxing. As far as that, I don't know what to say about that. I know he had enough time to he had a full training camp. Maybe they did kind of like pick him because, well, I don't know. I mean, as far as the catch weight, I know it didn't put Angulo in any kind of disadvantage. Actually gave him an advantage because he was probably bigger than Canelo.
Probably around the same size, I would say. I think those guys are probably about the same size. But
I would say the catch weight was more of a more kind of like let's flaunt our A side kind of like our A side power or whatever. 1 pound, it's neither going to break you or make you. Especially if you're already a little bit bigger. Like you said that he's struggling to make weight. Okay, that catch weight actually helped him. As far as the thing about catching him, kind of like where it's a fat camp. There's a lot of fighters that've been through that, and that's really has to say more for the fighter than for his lack of discipline, basically, because like I mentioned yesterday, after the Kovalev fight, there were videos of Canelo right back in the gym because he knew he had to lose that weight and get back more down. I mean, lower to a more normal weight that he can handle a little better. I mean, that's just if that's already a disadvantage for the other fighter, even if he gives them a full training camp. Why? Because you're dealing with somebody that's in the gym longer than the average fighter. They're always in the gym doing what they got to do. I mean, that's a disadvantage itself, but it's not one that you can blame on the other fighter, really.
Well, my only beef. I'm sorry, man. My only beef with that is that if you don't give a guy enough time to actually train for a fight instead of just lose weight, that's something that has to be taken in consideration. Now again, I'm not saying that Angulo would have won the fight if he had more time to train and strategize for Canelo. I'm just saying, again, that's a part of these things that go down that we don't like or that I don't like. Again, we seen what Angulo can do when he's fully prepared for a fight. I mean, look at when he fought Erislandy Lara, a guy who's not very good to. I mean, he's a bad matchup for a lot of guys because of his style. He's a southpaw. He likes to move, very defensive. Angulo fought very well against him, knocked him down twice. So I mean, Angulo at that time had a lot to offer. So But
You know
also
what,
that's
G-Funk?
uh
I absolutely love that argument right there because people love to use that right there. But if you look back and closely examine both fights, Lara did not fight Canelo the way he fought Angulo. You know, he chose not to risk anything with Canelo. And I mean, because I know Angulo cuts off the ring kind of good, but not that good.
well,
I mean, he
I
was
think if
using
you
less distance than what he did with Canelo. So I mean,
I
you
think
know,
if you go back and watch at that time, now this was 2013, I believe, when Canelo fought Lara. Um, I mean, Canelo did a shit job of cutting off the ring that night. So I mean, really that's his fault. I mean, he could have trained harder and I mean, he knew the type of fighter that Lara was. So he should have prepared for that. But Angulo, yeah, he's far better than Canelo at the time cutting off the ring. Now, we haven't seen Canelo in with a guy like that since Lara. So we don't know if he's improved on that or not. But at that time, Angulo, he was a dog, man. That's why they called him the perro. He was a dog. Um, but
yeah.
let's kind of get off this topic now because I think we're kind of going a little left field here. Excuse me. But now I want to talk about this. Now I know you said this last night, but you said that we should support the Mexican fighters no matter what. Now,
Oh, I didn't. I never said that. I never said that. I just said that. I personally would be happier if more Mexicans supported each other. I didn't say that you have to support Mexicans no matter what, because we know that there's fighters that do. They you're not going to support everybody's BS. You know
right?
what I'm saying? I mean, you might support a little bit of BS it's in their when they're doing it in their benefit. But when when they're doing BS that serves them no benefit, I mean, how are we going to support that? It just messes everything up. For example, I mean, like Andy Reid. I mean, you can't support that. I mean, what a bonehead move that was. Biggest fight of your life. You know, first of all, I mean, I think he did, for being fat the way he was, I think he actually did a really good job. You could, if you rewatch that fight, every time there was any kind of exchange, a little bit closer and not from the outside, you could see the difference in the two fighters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I agree.
You kind of could see that Joshua was in danger of getting KO'd a couple times. Had he stayed in there a little longer, on the inside. I mean, I could rewatch that fight a bunch of times, and it's just one of them fights where you're kind of like it sort of reminds me of the mood that everybody was in when Chavez Jr. was fighting Martinez. It's just like you're hoping for this big KO, that never really came, until the last round when he actually threw a big punch. And those were in the days when we actually thought Chavez had a little bit of potential, to do something, but it all turned out to be smoke and mirrors with that,
Right. I mean, I was never on the Chavez train myself. And I got criticized quite heavily for that. Not as much as with Canelo, but I did get criticized pretty heavily because I did predict Martinez to win that fight very easily, which he did.
Which was a good bet for you, man, because a lot of it, like me, I would have. I just thought, I don't know what my mind frame was back then. I was more going for just thinking that Chavez was like, I don't know what I was thinking, dude. Right now, I watch this dude and I look at it and I'm like, what the F, Like, the best thing he's ever done, his best highlights are him like hitting the bag for a little bit, where everybody gets excited, like, oh yeah, he's back. But it turned out to be a great big joke, bro.
Really, and
funny,
what's funny is like I was telling people that for the longest time about Chavez Jr. I was like, because I was a huge Chavez fan as a kid, and I was just telling people for a long time, you know what, this kid is just not that good. He comes in, he's much heavier than the guys he's fighting. That's why he's able to take so many shots, and that's why he's able to hurt guys. But we saw what happened the first time he got in there with somebody with some skill. I mean, it was easy work. But that goes kind of to my point where if people strictly just pick off of race, like you're not going to get a lot of fights right that way. And I used to be the same way myself when I was a kid. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm not that way, but with Canelo, bro, it's like, man, you already got I'd say, resume and everything. When you put everything into consideration, he's pound for pound the best. Now, a lot of people don't like to go there and call anybody pound for pound the best, but I mean, like when I put everything together, I easily can say that he's pound for pound the best. So why ain't I gonna back him up, man?
Well, I mean, that's your opinion, and I respect your opinion. My thing is that, like I said, when I see dirty stuff, man, I'm gonna call it out. Like, here's something that I'm fully against, man, and I've been this way for a long time. If I feel like you're in a good close fight with somebody, or if I feel you actually lost a fight and you got the decision, that you should get back in there and fight this guy and prove that, hey, look, you thought I lost? All right, let me show you I won. I felt he should have given Trout a rematch. I felt he should have given Arislandi Lara a rematch. I still feel he should give Triple G a rematch. Well, it's not popular, but I feel Triple G, whether you agree or not, those are close fights. I feel like he deserves a third fight. Now, he probably end up getting stretched out this next fight, most likely, because he's old and he's not the same guy anymore, but I think he deserves it, man. Like, do you agree he should have given those guys rematches back in the day, or should he just moved on and act like it never happened?
You said first of all, Lara deserves a rematch, right?
Absolutely.
Or you said starting with Trout?
Starting with Trout first, and then Lara, because I thought those were two close fights. I scored the Trout fight a draw, and I had Lara winning that fight pretty easily.
Really, you scored the Trout fight a draw?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Shoot.
I mean, let's not forget there was open scoring that night too.
He gave Trout a rematch, but he would have starched them out. Absolutely starched them out. The way Canelo, every time he fights, I mean, you can see that he takes something from every damn fighter. He learned some stuff from Triple G. He learned a lot of stuff from Floyd. He could have. I mean, I would have had no problem with those guys getting a rematch right now. But I think they would all absolutely get beat. To a pulp probably. But,
well, that's kind of my point. Is that he didn't want to give these guys
a rematch. The way their careers ended up, and they lost. They kind of got beat the same way by lower opposition. Not Lara's case. I think he's done very well with his career, but it's just it's hard to do a transition from amateur to pro because pro fighting is like it's judged a different way, and a lot of the time money has a lot to do with the judging, and you basically got to beat the guy the way the fans want you to beat him. If the other guy's the A side, that's basically what you need to do. Is just kind of like the first Canelo Triple G fight. I thought Canelo won that easy, 7 or 8 rounds to whatever. I thought that, but everybody was saying that I was crazy.
I didn't see that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that the first 3 rounds were clear and the last 3 rounds were clear. And then there was a couple rounds in between. I think he won, and I thought that the broadcast, HBO, they were really biased against everything that. Just the one guy, he was really biased against everything that Canelo was doing, and I thought that the guy, I forgot his name, the one that was judging it live, I thought that guy was a total moron. He was saying that he loved the
Harold Letterman.
Triple G's aggressiveness.
Yeah,
that dude missed like over 600 shots. He loves he loves all them shots that he missed. Come on, man. I mean,
all you gotta do is come forward, and Harold Letterman will give you the round.
Yeah. Back listen, Roy Jones would try to say something, and the other dude, I think his name's Lampley, he would cut him off real quick with his BS. Trying to I think that it was pretty clear that them two guys were like trying to tell the public that Canelo kind of edged it out. I think that was pretty clear, but the other dude was very quick to shut him down and say, Triple G's aggressiveness and all that. But man, Canelo took everything that Triple G had, everything that people said Triple G was going to do to Canelo. Canelo figured out a way to take that away. Zero body shot.
So I want to ask this. I want to ask this real quick. Just to backtrack for a second. So, you think that Canelo? I mean, I'm pretty sure you do, but I'll ask anyway. You think that Canelo won the fight with Lara, right?
I think the judges decided to penalize Lara for not for just running away, basically, and just jabbing from a far distance. You know what I mean? I think because that happened to De La Hoya too, and the people that think that Trinidad won on that one, they should agree with what I'm saying, but which they probably won't because a lot of people are biased, and even if you throw a comparison in their face like that, they won't admit it. But I think that the judges decided to penalize Lara for fighting that way. He should have probably knew that was going to happen if he chose to fight that way, because he chose not to risk anything, bro. What are you going to do against a guy that all he's doing is running around?
So
people try to say that about Canelo, but Canelo would stop on the inside and give the other guy a chance to throw some work in. Triple G didn't want to fight on the inside. He stepped back and tried to get some, because I guess he needs some leverage on his shot. Triple G didn't want any work on the inside. That's why he threw zero body. I mean, like.
Okay, so I just want to get just a yes or no out of you on that one. Did Canelo win against Lara? Yes or no?
Yeah, of course he won.
Okay, so do you think that because I think one judge had Lara winning, I believe, or actually no, I think two judges had it 7-5 Canelo, and another judge had it just crazy for Canelo. Like the guy, I don't even think he watched the fight. That's something that I addressed very often with Canelo.
To be honest, I think it was very close, and I would have been okay with the draw. I would have been mad a little bit because, like, I really don't like when fighters fight that way. They're just using an advantage that boxers shouldn't really use. Sure, it's cool to use the distance a little bit here and there, but to just use that solely to try to win a fight, sounds kind of like a cherry pick.
So Lara's movement lost in the fight, but in Canelo's fight with Triple G, his movement won him the fight. Right or wrong?
Man, dude, man. Well, are we talking the first fight or second one?
First fight.
Dude, that was some beautiful movement, in and out. He mixed it up, bro. He didn't just run away the whole fight. He used a little bit of distance to get out of the way of that long jab that Triple G had. But when he had the chance, I mean, if you look at the fight from the beginning, you can see that one guy's trying to fight in the middle of the ring, the other guy's not trying to fight in the middle of the ring. He's seeing that he's not having any kind of success in the middle of the ring. So
I don't know if I agree with that, but maybe one day we could sit down and watch that fight together, and then we could judge it.
Yeah, that would be awesome, bro.
Here's what I want to say. Now, I don't have a problem with the way Lara fought that fight. I thought he fought a smart fight. He fought his fight. I felt he dictated the pace. I felt he was the ring general. I felt he landed the cleaner punches. I felt like he had the better defense. I mean, there was times where Canelo's throwing these hard shots, missing so badly, he's falling into the ropes. So, I mean, for me, it was a pretty clear win. And I've said this several times. No, I didn't do a prediction for a prediction or a post fight for the Triple G fights because I was taking a break from YouTube at the time. But I have said this, I believe, on D Style's show that I didn't have a problem with the way Canelo fought the first fight. I didn't think that he was scared. I think he was running. I thought he fought a smart fight against Triple G. I mean, I don't think he won it. I thought it was close. I felt Triple G's pressure and jab was pretty good that night. Close fight though. If you think Canelo won, I won't argue with you. Really, to me, it's that close of a fight. But I don't have a problem with guys making adjustments to make the fight easier on themselves, or if they feel like, hey, you know what, I feel like I can move around the ring and counter shot this guy. I don't have a problem with that. But I mean, for me, it just seems like with most Canelo fans, like they'll pick and choose when they want to say things like the majority. I don't know if you said this about the Lara fight, but a majority of Canelo fans told me, well, he ran all night. Lara ran all night. That's why he didn't win. But then when Canelo uses some movement himself, then it's beautiful boxing. Like these are the problems I have.
When you that boxing that you speak of, I mean, was it comparable to somebody taking off the way Lara was? I could have swore the ring was probably even bigger when Canelo and Lara fought. The way Lara was moving. It's two different movements. You can't compare them.
Well,
the other dude was stepping away just a little bit, just to get some space out of the way. Lara was completely, going to the side, and
So how did Canelo's eye get swole up? If there was no engagement at all from Lara.
Oh, you mean with Lara?
Yeah.
Well, I guess he got jabbed a couple times, and he even got cut that fight, huh? Didn't he?
Lara got cut. Yeah.
Oh, Lara got cut.
Yeah, Canelo hit him with a nice sneaky uppercut. That nice sneaky uppercut Canelo's got. He hits everybody with that punch. It's a beautiful punch where he throws his left hand to the side and then he throws that right uppercut. It's a beautiful punch, man. I have yet to see anybody avoid that shot, including Lara, who's a guy who's very good defensively. That's how he cut his eye. But my thing is this, man. I think you really have to go back and watch that fight again. Lara was landing left hands like there was no tomorrow on Canelo. I mean, it was.
He did pretty good. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna say he didn't do good. I mean, I would say that it could have been a tie. I would have had no problem with that. But let me ask you two questions. What do you think if Lara knew that the judges were going to be like that? Do you think if he could go back, he'd fight a different way?
Probably not.
Probably not?
No.
What would happen if he did fight a different way?
You fought a different way? Well,
yeah, if he chose to use a little less movement and actually engaged inside a little more, what would happen if Lara had the balls to change it up the way, Canelo did on the second fight with Triple G? Or, let's just say, what if he gave a little more effort and said, okay, I'm going to give the fans what they want. I'm going to give the judges what they want, and we're going to see who ends up winning. What would have happened there? Back then. I'm not talking about now because we obviously know what would happen right now.
I think, it'd be a different fight for sure. But that's the type of stuff that I don't like because what you're basically saying is I want Lara to stand still so Canelo can punch him.
No, yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like he doesn't have to do that.
I also know why that makes you uncomfortable because the fight would have went exactly the other way around.
Well, I don't know if it would have because I mean we seen him go toe to toe with Jarrett Hurd, and this was years after the Canelo fight, and Lara wasn't visibly shaken until the last round. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, Canelo's never been this devastating type puncher, so I don't think it would have been that different. I mean, it would have favored Canelo for sure.
You know what I think Canelo would have landed some beautiful combinations, bro. If he couldn't get them out, which I don't think Lara has much of a good chin, but if he would have, if that would have happened, bro, he would have landed so many combinations. It would have been accumulation, just like Pero Angulo.
Well,
but that's a big if because you can't tell. You can't take away the way fighter is comfortable fighting. You really can't.
No.
If they want to go in there knowing that the judges are going to favor the other guy, whatever, and he has a big manager, bro. Luis de Cubas, he knows what's up. He's been in the game since Trinidad. You know?
Right,
So,
right. But the thing is this, man,
so
like I mean, your question again is hypothetical. Like I just want to go off of what we saw. So let's sort of
yeah,
move on from the Lara topic now. Triple G. I've heard you say in the second fight that he walked. I don't know if you said he walked him down or he.
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say
Oh,
that. I actually didn't even care too much for the second fight because I thought that Canelo should have just went in there and did exactly the same thing he did the other fight, but with the difference of mixing it up a little more and staying on the inside uh, a little bit here and there. So on that fight, on the second fight, this is what I saw. I saw Canelo completely dominate the first 4 rounds. After that, the last 8 rounds, I thought it was more even. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that fight, to be honest. Why? Because Canelo's going in there just to please the fans, the Mexican fans that are like, hey, you got to fight Mexican style. He's in there letting other people manipulate him into fighting a way that he shouldn't, he should. I mean, he
well. In all fairness, that's kind of what you wanted with Lara. But go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, exactly. But I'm not a big Lara fan, so I'm not here to you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Lara, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to speak up for Lara, bro. I'm not here for that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, if
No, but what I'm
things are
saying is,
really
what I'm saying is that when we discussed that fight, you're like, well, what if he stood toe to toe and gave the fans what they wanted, but then when Canelo gives the fans what they wanted, then they're dictating him. Like it's kind of inconsistent to me. But go
well,
ahead.
the reason why I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm just telling you that I'm just saying that I didn't think that Canelo should have fought that way because I thought that in the first fight he did, things that people thought weren't even possible.
I thought he fought beautiful too. I thought he fought a beautiful fight the first time. Definitely.
Yeah, the second fight it looked really basic, bro. It's just like, okay, why don't you guys just fight in the phone booth, basically? The other dude's trying to get away a little bit, trying to land his jab because that's all he got, basically. That's all he learned in the amateurs, and the other dude fighting like his ribs are broken, basically. Triple G, that is. I mean, I didn't really think that fight was too. It was kind of a boring fight. Well, at the time when I saw it, it was an exciting fight.
I
You
thought it was
don't know
good.
what's gonna happen,
I thought it
but
was very entertaining, man.
yeah,
But my thing is this. Now I know you didn't say this, but what I kept hearing after that fight was that Canelo, walked him down and backed him up, but I mean, I'll be honest, man. I haven't seen the fight in a while, but I've seen it a few
yeah,
times. I never once seen Triple G against the ropes. Never once seen him in the corner. I mean, for what I saw another boxing match, but in a different type
yeah,
of style than the first time.
a
Like
whole different, a whole different style, right? And who set the mood for that though? For that type of narrative to take place. I mean, for the fans to be like, okay, well, you got to stand there and fight Canelo. Who set that narrative, and who shot their own foot by saying that? And then what happened with the coach? Was he happy with Triple G's performance? I mean, those are all little things that kind of like make it more comfortable for people to be like, okay, yeah, Canelo won or whatever. But all that does, really none of that matters really because I mean the fight was I think it's kind of clear who won. Took the first 4 rounds. The other ones are all a toss up. You know,
yeah,
the
I mean,
guy.
I thought it was a good fight, man. Thought it was a real good fight. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just don't
Do
like
you
the
agree with
narrative.
me though that he won the first 4 rounds?
I don't know, man. It's been a while since I've seen that one. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Um, I just don't agree with the narrative that Canelo was like so aggressive and put so much pressure on Triple G that's how he won. Like, I just didn't see that.
Yeah,
You know?
I didn't really think he was that aggressive either. You know what I mean? But you did see the size difference too in both of them, right?
You mean like the size of Canelo? Is that what you're saying?
Of both fighters. Last time we know Canelo kind of ballooned up a little, like and was like more muscular. So the size looked kind of like they were the same last time. But this time he came in way lighter, and you could see that clearly. Canelo looked like a straight. To me personally, he looked straight like a welterweight in there. G looked the same as always, you know?
Well, Triple G's been pretty consistent with his weight. That's why he was able to fight so many times because he fights where he normally walks around at, so it's not hard for him to cut weight.
I don't know, man. That's a narrative right there that kind of doesn't make sense right now because last time when he had to make that IBF weigh-in, second day weigh-in, he happened to get sick for some reason, And what about the Steve Rolls fight? Here's a guy that his whole career, all his fans have always been saying how they don't like catch weights and all that. So you're making Steve Rolls get fight at a weight that he's already at a disadvantage because he's a bum. Next, you're going to add a catch weight that favors you and your inactivity. So
I'll be honest. I haven't seen the Steve Rolls fight because that fight happened to be on my wife and I's anniversary. So GFunk couldn't watch boxing that day. But
it was a pointless fight.
I mean that's why I wasn't
too
too upset to miss it because I was like, well, he's just gonna do away with this dude anyway. But can we agree? Can I get no Paul? Can we find some common ground here before we go off? Because I only got a few minutes left.
Damn, bro! Just when the conversation was getting good.
I know, man. I know.
Man, you know we hear.
I know.
Comments, man. I read his comments in here. And he got mad yesterday at me, but sometimes I'm gonna be honest. I was a little ticked off because of the Wi-Fi situation, and I really couldn't hear anything that you guys were saying. It was
I know.
Off, and then,
no, I know how it is, man. Because I had to do the show on Monday from my phone, and it's very choppy from the phone than on the computer. So I get it, man.
Is this D-Style's name Contreras? Because all I see is every time I say something, he says the opposite, man.
Oh man, Contreras. I like that one. No, but can we?
I got that from him, man.
So I don't know if I can get you to agree with this, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. Is Canelo? Does he get the benefit of the doubt most of the time from the judges? Yes or no? In fights that are close.
Yeah, just like Pacquiao, just like Mayweather, bro.
Okay, that's fine because
with what I said, right?
That's fine because I agree with that also. I agree with that also. Anytime I feel like a guy gets the benefit of the doubt, I call him out on it. So that doesn't make me a hater. But that doesn't make me a hater. But that doesn't make me a hater for saying that, does it?
It doesn't. But the thing is, they're looking at everything that you're bringing up. Like you're like a hound dog for every negative thing, bro. And that's why they call you a hater. It's not that you're not right in a couple things. It's the fact that every single thing has to be a negative aspect. Bro, we're over here winning. I know D-Style yesterday, he used that I did happen to hear him. He used the example about the Mexican national team. Who's going to support a team that always loses? Of course. You got a winner over here. Why not support him? And if he's taking advantage here and there, are they advantages? I mean, are you telling me that the next guy in line for this position isn't going to take those advantages? So why focus on that?
Well, I felt again because I'm consistent with what I say, man. Like when I felt Marquez got the benefit when I felt Marquez beat Pacquiao 3 times out of 4, no doubt about it to me, and he got robbed 2 of those times. Hey, I got on and I talk shit, So it's not a Canelo thing. It's just me being consistent. So here's another thing, man. So because
I love that comparison, though, man. I love that comparison. Marquez and Canelo, bro. I love that you brought that up, brother.
And Marquez criticizes Canelo too. So does that make him a sellout too, or?
Remember we were talking about that one time.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and you know what? I have nothing bad to say about Marquez, but I do know why he criticized Canelo. And this is why I allow him to do. I kind of like. Well, I'm not in a position to allow anybody to do anything. But what I'm saying is, I don't feel bad, or I don't say I don't like. It doesn't tick me off or anything that he says these things. But I do feel that he should look at the situation for what it is. He wasn't the A-side fighter back then, because of just circumstances where he didn't have a fan base to call any type of shot.
Well,
But
see,
he looks at a guy
that's the
like
problem.
Canelo, and he sees.
Well, you see, that's the problem that I have with the sport because we understand there's A side and B side, but the problem is this, man. That's why people, casuals, I should say, turn their back on the sport because they see a guy lose, but yet they get the win, and it irritates people, man. And I'm one of those people. Like, I don't like it. I feel like Canelo gets the benefit of the doubt when it comes to any fight that's close. Um, we've talked about the catch weights. We've talked about him putting rehydration clauses. We talked about him giving guys less time to get ready for fights. I mean, these are all things that I've been consistent with, man. So I'm still not convinced that I'm a hater yet.
No, I feel you, man, and I don't consider you a hater, but or maybe that's because you're my homie, man.
Right. No, it's no sweat.
Yeah. But I do. I mean, man, when you look at your videos, you've done a lot of Canelo videos, and it's mostly always negative, and then you get all the dislikes, obviously from the
Right.
the army, I guess. You get all those dislikes. But I mean, one of these days you got to do a positive video, bro. For real, there's a lot of positive things that you can say.
Well, the last video I made on Canelo was literally the title is called "Canelo's Unbeatable." I honestly think the guy's unbeatable. I mean, he's in control.
But your whole premise is that he's unbeatable because of the of the judges.
Yeah, I mean that's a part of it because
so
he's.
That's kind of like the lightweight. That's a diss, bro. You're sneak dissing right there.
Oh no, I don't sneak diss. I think you know that from my videos in the past, but my thing is this: if you can control.
I really enjoy your videos, man.
I appreciate that.
Like hella more subscribers, bro.
I appreciate that, man. No, but like the reason why I say that is because he can control a lot of things. He's the A side, obviously. He's got a hell of a chin. So I mean, really, I've said this several times. I think the only way you can beat this guy is to either you be the A side, like Mayweather was, or
completely put him off. If you notice, a great deal of these fights, the top fighters, they're always like really. They get really comfortable. I don't know if they meditate or whatever before a fight, but they're just like the best fighters, they're always like on the couch or something, or like just chilling, bro. Hella happy. You know what I'm saying? They take their mind off the problems they have. But when you're in the B side, bro, that's another tactic that fighters use to you're already pissed off. Like Maidana, remember, maybe let it use his gloves. You're already pissed off because your dressing room's too small, playing games with you. You're already pissed off, like Victor Ortiz. He had to relace he had to wrap his hands, that type of thing. Those are tactics that the other team uses. And you know what? I gotta say, bro, I honestly, when I look at the whole big picture, I look at Canelo, bro, and I see him as a light A side, bro. He's a light A side. He doesn't use that too much to his advantage. If if Oscar and that guy, they're A side, China A side, these other fighters in negotiations, that's a whole different topic.
I think that's the case. I really do. I mean, this is almost unprecedented what's going on here. Like, this guy can't find a fight for May.
Well, you're saying that because based on what they're telling us, like nobody wants to fight him, stuff like that. But how do you know that the next 3 fights aren't already signed? They're just
I don't. Honestly, I don't know that. I mean, I'll give you this. I'll give you this. Well, I'll give you this. No, Paul. You're pretty good when it comes to the inside boxing type stuff. Like, personally, I don't follow. Like, I don't like promoters. I don't like the business side of boxing. Like, I hate it, man. I hate it. But you're pretty good with that, man. I'll give you that. I really can't go toe to toe with you on that, man.
That's one of the reasons why I stay away from politics, bro, because I understand one thing. I understand that the president isn't the guy in charge, and I understand that they're going to vote. They're going to pick whoever they want to be in command, And
yeah, I just want to say,
that's why I stay away from politics, because, it's a game that I can't win, or I can't even, if I talk about it, I know that I'm clueless about it, so why would I even talk about
Right.
Donald Trump.
Well, I just want to make this clear right now that in this instance I got you, and I want to thank you for coming on, man, because I've battled with Canelo fans for years, and not one of them has ever came on to talk to me personally. So, I want to give you your credit for that. But I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change my stance, man. I don't like catch weights. I don't like guys making these stipulations like that. It's just not what I like, man. So I mean, I'm not gonna change it for anybody, whether they're my people or not, man. Like I just don't like it, man.
So I mean, here's the thing: what are you gonna wait for the next Marquez to come along and always be treated like he ain't got no say in the game, and you know what I mean? Just get robbed of fights that he was supposed to win, like Siri Salino. I mean, aren't you tired of everybody getting the wrong decision, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's time for us for our fan base, our dollars that we put into this game called boxing. It's time for us to have a say so in what happens, bro.
Yeah. Well, hey, man. You know what? I gotta cut it here, man, because I got some business I gotta take care of. So, hey, man, I'm glad you came on, man.
Appreciate it, man. And,
yeah.
I gotta say, man, one thing about you that'll take you to the top, bro, is you're very respectful, and you're not over here laughing at what I say, and you know what I mean. You're not over here trying to, Thank you, man. I appreciate that because it does get on people's nerves when you're trying to be honest about something, and these guys are just trying to pretend that you don't make any sense and that you're just, you know what I mean?
Right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No, it's like I said, anybody that has enough, gut to come on here and talk, man. I will not do that, man. And I'm always respectful, man, because it's just boxing, man. It's not personal to me. It never has been. But as you can hear the noise in the background, man, I got to get out of here, man. But thank you for joining me, man. I appreciate it. We'll do it again. I want to thank everybody that came to the chat. I see a lot of people here now. Go back and watch the video if you guys haven't seen the whole thing, man. But I got to get out of here, man. I'll see you guys later tonight. Go ahead. Go ahead.
One last thing, bro. When are you gonna put that PayPal up there, or that or get this channel monetized so we can start injecting some money into this channel? So
real soon, man.
Real
soon, man. And I'm gonna get you that 24 pack I owe you, man. Don't strip. I got you.
man, it's all good.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Well, that was No Paul. That was his stance. Glad he came on. This is the first time that I had a fan come on that disagreed with me on the Canelo topic. Maybe next time I'll get 92 AKU on here because that's another guy who I gotta give him respect. Also, he's came on D-Style's show and he stood on his square, man. So gotta respect that, man. But guys, I gotta roll out, man. Seriously, make sure you guys tune into D-Style Boxing tonight. He's gonna have boxing conversations with Reggie Owens. Make sure you get your ass over there, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys later, man. Peace.